We're talking about bailouts. It seems like another South Asian country needs money. It started with Sri Lanka, then Pakistan, and now Bangladesh has reached out to the International Monetary Fund. Dhaka too wants a loan. And not too long ago, Bangladesh was one of the fastest growing economies in the world. At one point, it was doing better than India. What happened then? Why does Bangladesh need an IMF loan now? The global economic crisis is hurting it. Bangladesh is running low on foreign exchange. It wants more dollars. 8 days ago, Dhaka had almost $40 billion in its reserves. That's only good enough to cover imports for about 5 months. The reserves are depleting fast. There are two reasons for that. Number one, rising inflation, especially the cost of fuel. Dhaka is spending more on its imports, so the reserves are being used up quickly. Problem number two, falling remittances. Less money is flowing into Bangladesh from overseas. Remittances fell by 5% in the month of June. So Dhaka basically now has less dollars in its reserves. And this has led to shortages. In recent weeks, there have been long blackouts across the country, sometimes for up to 13 hours in a day. There are reports of rationing too. Tens of thousands of mosques have received instructions. They have been asked to cut down on the use of air conditioners. Officials want to put less pressure on the power grid. That's because electricity production cannot keep up with the demand. Diesel power plants have been taken off the grid. Some gas-fired plants are also not operating. Why? Reports say there's a shortage of diesel and gas supplies, so the plants are unable to operate. And all of this is happening due to the shortage of dollars. Finance Minister A.H.M. Mustafa Kamal spoke out yesterday, and I have that statement with me. This is what he said. We can't print dollars. We have to earn them. We earn dollars by the hard work of our people who work or do business abroad. They are the driving force of our economy. So Bangladesh has now reached out to the IMF for a loan. How much money does it need? At least $4.5 billion, according to reports. There's no official confirmation. Reports say Dhaka wants this money to deal with a balance of payments crisis. Some funds will also go towards dealing with climate change. The loan now seems like a necessity for Bangladesh. Other economic indicators for the country are not looking good. And to understand why, you must understand what led to their economic rise in the first place. Bangladesh grew on the back of an export boom. The country is known for its garment exports. But in recent months, Bangladesh has been importing more. Imports have jumped by 39%. Exports, on the other hand, grew by just 34%. So there's a gap. Their currency has also depreciated in the last 3 months. The Bangladesh taka has lost 20% of its value against the dollar. Will the situation get worse from here? Dhaka says there's no reason to be alarmed. The finance minister issued another statement today, and this is what he said this time. We're waiting to see their conditions. If the IMF conditions are in favor of the country and compatible with our development policy, we'll go for it, otherwise not. Seeking a loan from the IMF does not mean Bangladesh's economy is in bad shape. So what really is happening in Bangladesh? Is it out of cash? Or does it just need a bridge loan to tide over a temporary crisis? Only the IMF can make that assessment. Their team will travel to Dhaka in September for talks. Wion is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.